Well, thank you for joining us today. We are going to have fun together because we're going to be talking about makeup. So one of the things that I suggest is to get yours out on the table and see how close you are to your palette. So what Rakalaya and I are going to do is outline with our beautiful chart here what we did for her palette, and then we're going to be talking about how to expand it for maybe some more important occasions in her life. So today we were talking about, she's already made up. We did that for her. And to me, this looks very natural, but I think it's a little bit newer for her. So she was going to address that with us first.
Yeah, I'm not really a big makeup wearer. I usually, if I do anything, I'll kind of dress up my eyes a little more. I don't usually put on concealer or blush. But I feel like as I'm getting a little older and going into the professional world, it's better to dress up a little more, kind of take more time. So like I was saying, it's really amazing to be able to have this as a guideline for what to wear and what to avoid.
Beautiful.
So this is really cool.
I'm trying to remember because I saw her perform the other night. She's a very gifted singer. And when I saw you on stage, it felt like, so tell us what you were wearing for that performance.
I was wearing a purple dress with boots that matched my eye color and a small crystal necklace.
And so what did you do? Have somebody do something with your eyes?
My makeup was, it was done a little traditionally. I tried to do a little bit of a cat eye eyeliner where it kind of swirled up a little bit to make my eyes look a little brighter, and I made sure that I had a nice lip gloss on to accentuate my mouth, but I, again, wasn't really sure on how to put what where. So I feel like, honestly, my face looked a little bit washed out on stage.
Okay.
Just a little bit. But now that I know, these colors that I can use to add to contour and highlight my face will definitely help me the next time that I go out on stage.
Beautiful. Well, let's outline it. So first we did a very basic look because I know that's important for a lot of us women in the group here. So we wanted to talk about the brow bone, and the brow bone is usually a value of the skin tone. So on her chart, it's sort of this honey beige, and then also the beautiful sweater that she has on is in sort of the flax wheat tones, and that could also be a brow bone color. So she has a couple of choices here. So basically we want the brow bone to relate to the skin tone, or in her case, in the sweater, to the lighter value of her eyes. The second is the use of the hair color, and you can see on the chart here we've used it in the crease. So if you look at the chart back to her face, I'm going to kind of hold it up, you see that her hair color is repeated in the crease. So there's a balance, right? The balance in her look by adding that hair color in there. So that's the second tip, is using the hair color. And then the third is using some other lighter value. So if she wanted to use a lighter value of the beige, I have a lighter value of my eye color on right now. And it could also be, sometimes I use the skin tone on my as a shadow. And I also have a red coral. So for me, I play around, because remember, I'm a vivid winter, so I need a little bit more brightness. On her, we wanted to show you just something very, very neutral and basic. And then you'll notice she has a very bright red, but what it chose for the natural look is just a lip gloss, which she's wearing so beautifully today. I mean, it's just an amazing color. So right now, with this makeup that you've done today, does this feel appropriate to wear on stage?
I think so, definitely. To add a little bit more contour and highlights for when the stage lights hit.
Yes.
Just to define a little more. But as far as the colors go, definitely, this is something that I would wear on stage.
Okay.
For sure.
And then we wanted to talk a little bit about her eye color. Her eye color is that beautiful olive, and many people have that hazel color eyes, which usually is some value of green. So the green can also be used as an alternate in the crease. It can also be used as eyeliner, and it can also be used in the outer corner. So we really invite you to experiment. If you are a spring, like she is, the green is better kind of in the deeper values. Sometimes in the lighter values, it can get a little bit too gray for her and too washed out. So one of my requests for you is to take your little, your little tube of makeup and actually hold it right up to you in the mirror. And then you can see, does it look kind of gray? Does it look a little bit too strong? And that will help you weed through your makeup. because really every color on here she can use for some accent. So let's talk about if you did want to do something stronger.
Say I wanted to go a little Marilyn Monroe.
Well, okay. Okay. So
You
you know
wanna
what?
say-
Remember, all of these colors, like her bronze eye color, would also come in a metallic, right? So there's where you can really have fun, because a
yeah.
metallic, particularly on stage, if you look at the other end of your chart, you have all of the golds and bronzes, right? And the rose coppers. So those are really fun to use on the eyes for performing or for a night out,
That's a great idea.
right?
Yeah.
Okay.
I would definitely do that. I was also thinking, when I said Marilyn Monroe, I was thinking about the red lips. I mean, to have this in the palette
Beautiful.
and to be able to utilize these colors would just be absolutely amazing. It brings depth, especially now that the hair color is back to brown. To add the red to that would just kind of give a level of, I think, maturity and I can't find the word.
Pizzazz.
Pizzazz, yeah.
Right. So a lot of people ask me about the accent color. So this really depends on what I call your level of adventure. So I tend to be a really adventurous person, and I love color. So for me, I would use any of those as an accent. For me, I would use them on the lid. I would use them in the crease. I would use them as eyeliner. So what you can do is go and experiment at a counter and just even start with the eyeliner, right? Because that's more subtle. And then say, okay, now I'm going to buy an eyeshadow and put it in the outer corner. Then I'll practice putting it in the crease. But when you're wearing one of these colors, because they're so strong, you need some strong accent that's going to balance them. So I think we have lots of excitement ahead, and we are going to be seeing you in a blue dress, so we can experiment with what we need to do to really balance. So with these other bright colors, then sometimes we have to really brighten the lipstick, right, to balance the intensity of the color. So thank you for being with us today. We really enjoyed being with you and learning together. You know, so many people have asked me about their makeup, and we've really never had a chance to share with you some of the basics. So please review your makeup wardrobe and see what really works, and see what you need to add on to make it adventurous and fun and exciting and inspiring. So thank you for joining us. I look forward to more color adventures with you. Thank you.